Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm back with yet another New Metal Monday where I talk about my favourite new releases of the week. And again, I only have 3 albums that I want to talk about, but in my very humble opinion, I do think they are spectacular albums. Now, before I start talking about those, once again, check out the description box below where you will find a Spotify playlist which will feature every single New Metal Monday album that I talk about in my videos, unless it is a Bandcamp only release, in which case I will have that noted. However, if you don't use Spotify, don't worry about it because I will be including the Bandcamp links or the YouTube links to said bands in the description box as well. So if you use Spotify, make sure to follow that playlist, and if you don't, check out the Bandcamp or YouTube links that I've included below. But once again, 3 brand new albums that I want to talk about, and I'm just going to jump straight in. Okay, so I'm starting off with a band that I am probably going to butcher the name of because I can't speak Swedish and I can't speak Dutch either, but we're going to have a shot anyway. That's Doit. I don't know. It'll be down there. It'll be in the description box below, but I'm going to go with Doit. Hopefully my Dutch or my Swedish followers can correct me on my terrible pronunciation of things. I can barely speak English, which is my first language, never mind anything else. But let's go with Doit with Nocturnal Will, and it's the 4th studio album from the Swedish-Dutch atmospheric melodic black metal band. And again, I am so sorry. Not that if I have butchered that. I definitely have butchered that. There's no way around it. Now, this is a black metal record, but it also has a heavy presence of melancholic melodic undertones to it. It's incredibly aggressive, but there's something really raw and beautiful about this record. There's a lot of really cool doom style elements in this, huge deafening drums, frantic black metal shreddage, and the solos are just flying all over the place. There's something really magical and spectacular about the solos. They float so lightly, but they're aggressive at the same time. The entire record just has this really dark, brooding kind of energy to it, but it's really addictive and super melodic and catchy in places. The vocal style throughout this entire record are very raw, rasping, screaming, powerful vocals, but they have a wee bit of a crust punk edge to it as well. Now, the kind of vibe, the kind of atmosphere that I got from this record was that of a frosty, desolate landscape, which is completely brutal in nature, but there's something very haunting and beautiful about it. It's a very guitar-driven record with a lot of flying solos and really catchy melodic riffs, as well as the black metal style. It's not overly complex, but it is layered enough to keep you interested throughout. It is an incredibly brutal, aggressive record, but it has a lot of really cool melodies to it, and it is an incredibly dynamic work of art. Now, if you are a fan of the likes of Wolves in the Throne Room, Hell Ripper, or Black Braid, you're definitely going to want to get onto this. Nocturnal Fire was a standout moment for me on this record, and when I said that the record is a very guitar-driven one, this track is a prime example of this. I love the guitar presence throughout this entire track. Multi-layered guitar battles, soaring solos, and captivating riffs that really lock you in. I adored this track. The entire album is absolutely outstanding, but definitely check that track out. It is an absolute work of art when it comes to the guitar pieces. Okay, so next up I have Inner Sanctum with The Great Odd Ones, and it's the 4th studio album from the German melodic death metal band. Now, this is a really cool concept album where the band take a deep dive into the sinister world of sea gods, and they certainly take a lot of inspiration from H.P Lovecraft. Now, anyone who's followed me on here for a while knows that I am a huge H.P Lovecraft fan. I love the lore, I love the universe, and I have recommended a lot of albums that take a lot of his stories as inspiration. But not only that, I do a history series where I talk about metal albums that are very H.P Lovecraft inspired as well, which I will be getting back onto soon. I know it's been a while. I think I haven't done one since before Christmas, but I will certainly be getting onto that very soon, I promise. But anyway, I digress. I love this album. Now, the cool thing about this album is it twists and it turns, and you have no idea what direction it's going to take you in. But even though it has a lot of different elements, it still maintains that melodic death metal core. Lots of haunting melodies in this, absolute insane guitars and rolling drum beats that basically encapsulates the violent energy of a roiling sea. Really heavy bass lines, deep, guttural, impassioned vocals. And you've also got the added element of those mid-tempo stompy stomps, crashing sea waves, soaring intricate solos, and really creepy, distorted, kind of demonic vocalizations. It's deeply atmospheric and ridiculously catchy, but it's also crushing and it goes hard. But there are a few surprises throughout the record as well, which I'm not going to spoil for you. You're going to have to go and listen to it for yourself. So if you are a fan of early Amon Amarth, if you really enjoyed the Sulphur Aeon record from last year or Among Ruins, you're definitely going to want to get onto this. Plus, that artwork is beautiful. I love that album artwork. Thalassophobia is definitely a standout moment for me on this record. It's that really cool groove-laden stompy stomp with epic blast beats, absolutely crushing guitars, flying solos, and it's just really muscular and it just bulldozes its way through. But the really cool thing about this is towards the end it kind of turns into a very addictive, catchy sea shanty kind of style chant, and it absolutely blew me away. I was not expecting it to turn that way, but it's done so well and it flows really, really well. So definitely check the album out, definitely check that track out and let me know what you think. Okay, so last up, but certainly by no means least, I have The Bleak Picture with Meaningless, and it's the debut album from the Finnish melancholic melodic doom metal band. Bleak, desolate, dark doomy riffs combined with all the aggression of death metal. It's haunting, devastatingly heavy, and it has a lot of really cool subtle synths throughout it as well. Absolutely crushing ethereal guitars throughout this entire record, and the vocal ability alternates between deep demonic gutturals, soaring smooth cleans, dark screams, and really creepy demonic whispers. Huge swaying instrumentation, absolutely addictive riffage, and deafening drum beats. This is a true homage to the classic 90s melancholic, melodic death doom metal sound. So if you are a fan of the likes of early Paradise Lost, Insomnium, if you're a fan of last week's Call of the Void or Counting Hours from the previous week, with a little bit of early Catatonia in there as well, and Swallow the Sun, you're definitely going to want to get onto this one. Meaningless Nonsense was a definite standout moment for me on this record, and not just because of the name, even though it was the name that piqued my interest to begin with. This is an incredibly, ridiculously groove-laden, mid-tempo stompy stomp that's incredibly muscular and so ridiculously catchy. But it's also really dark, and it has those really cool ethereal moments that ebb and flow that really hooks you in, and they alternate between those deep demonic growls and those soaring, soothing, clean vocals. And again, the guitar work in this record is just otherworldly. I absolutely adored this record, so if you are a fan of any of those bands that I've just listed off, or just that 90s melancholic melodic death doom metal sound, don't sleep on this one. This is an absolutely beautiful debut, and I cannot wait to see where this band goes. And that's it for this week's New Metal Monday. Once again, if you can comment down below to let me know what you think of the albums that I chose this week. And if you have any of your own recommendations, once again, pop them down in the comment section and I'll definitely check them out. Make sure to follow my Spotify playlist if you use Spotify. And if you don't use Spotify, make sure that you click on the Bandcamp links that I've included in the description box below as well. If there's any other kind of content that you'd like to see, and I know I keep saying this, but new content is coming, let me know and I'll certainly see what I can do. Like, share, subscribe, follow me on social media. All of my handles will be in the description box too. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video.